Oh, baby. Today we are talking recurring revenue with one page. One page. I'm actually going to show you the page that I'm using right now to sell recurring revenue. So stick around. You do not want to miss it because this page is not public to everyone. So I'm going to show you it in just a couple minutes. But first, recurring revenue. Look, I'm not going to waste your time. I can add fluff and try to make more money on YouTube views by talking about all the benefits of recurring revenue for the next 30 minutes. I'm not going to do that because here, look, we do this one take, no edits, we just roll. Recurring revenue is it. It's the holy grail. It's what we all strive for. In the hardcore marketing world, we call it continuity income, which basically the whole concept is having this dependable monthly recurring revenue. You want to sell a $200 program? Great. You sell 10 this month times 200. What is that? $2,000? Awesome. The first day of the next month, you're back at zero and you have to keep selling. Again, fine, and it works and you can make some good money. However, it's also nice to have 100 people paying $50 a month. And the next month, even if there's a little bit of drop off in churn, you're still going to have that recurring revenue. It takes a lot of pressure off because subscription is really where it's at. So I want to show you some simple ways to do it. Where does this fit into the whole system? Let me share this here. It helps with context, right? It helps instead of me just throwing things at you and saying, here's how to do it. Here's a program. If you don't know how it fits into your whole marketing ecosystem, that's when you get overwhelmed. And that's when things get confusing. And that's when you're like, okay, recurring revenue, where am I going to do it? How am I going to get traffic? And then you're like, oh, bright, shiny objects, and you're chasing things and how to do it. Deep breath, especially for us. Like I'm 51, you might be in your 40s, your 50s, your 60s. You want to do something without slaving over the computer all day. Simple system. GTB. You down with GTB? The G is grow. First third of your day, whether you're working an hour a day or 3 hours a day, that first third is grow, which is traffic, which is what I'm doing right now here with YouTube. Yours might be YouTube. It might be LinkedIn. It might be paid ads. It might be emails, whatever it is. That's the first third. The second third is type, which is you're writing your email, your communication, and how you're going to make a majority of your sales. And then the third letter is B, is the bank, is the monetization. And all of this is about how to create income, how to turn the traffic onto your list into income. And it's all part of this flywheel, the GTB flywheel. If you don't have this image yet, this graphic, just write flywheel below. I'll give you a link. You can download this. No charge, my friend, because I'm here to give and to get you on my list and give you more stuff. So just type in flywheel below. But as you can see, the top is traffic, we grow, and we get them onto the list. And then we start writing good email, and then having offers and things to sell on the back end, whether it's your product or commission-based product. Today, the recurring revenue, the one-page recurring revenue program fits here where this big green arrow is. You can't miss it. It's bank, it's monetization. This comes on the back end, right? Without traffic, without the grow, without a way to actually sell it, right? Getting them onto lists, the T, the typing, it's very difficult to convert recurring revenue. Here's the reality of it. And this is where there's some people out there that talk about, here's how to build a membership site. All you got to do is, talk about whatever, fitness, and it's charge $50 a month, and you get 1,000 members and you get 50,000 a month. I've been doing this for a long time, and the reality is it's a lot easier said than done. It's challenging to sell recurring revenue on the front end, meaning if you never heard of me before, if this is your first time experiencing me and my boyish charm and my Gen X sensibilities, for me to say, hey, it's Ryan, welcome, go sign up for my membership, that's kind of a big leap, right? But maybe if I said, hey, it's Ryan, buy my $20 book, or my $20 ebook, or my $50, okay, I'll take a chance. It's infinitely easier to sell a one-time product at. And that's where recurring revenue has gotten a bad name recently, because a lot of these big ticket coaches say it's impossible to sell recurring revenue. No, it's impossible when you do it wrong, when you try to jam it in someone's face down the road. And I'm gonna talk a lot more about recurring revenue in upcoming videos. I have a whole program about it. If you want to learn more about recurring revenue, just write repeatable below, and I'll send you some info about that. Because I've been teaching and building recurring revenue for a very, very long time, a really long time. In fact, let's take a little journey. This was my first one. This was my first recurring revenue program back in 2001. Yeah, before a lot of people even started teaching marketing, before Facebook, before YouTube. I was writing articles about strength and conditioning. That was my background. I was a strength coach. I was a gym teacher. I was actually a full-time gym teacher in the South Bronx in Hunts Point when I launched this. And I'd been writing articles for 2-3 years online. And then I essentially put it behind a paywall. I didn't have any tech skills, so I hired some college kid for like $20 or $50 to help me build this thing. And it was, at the time, it was $50 a year. And immediately it brought in thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, I had good luck. I had good timing. I was really early in the market, but that was my first dance with, oh my God, this recurring revenue was like life-changing because it's going to be repeating. I was selling VHS tapes at the time. Yes, VHS tapes of my buddy, Dwayne Carlisle, who was a strength coach at the time, I think the Philadelphia Eagles, and he had a whole bunch of speed tapes, and I was selling them in the mail. And I would, during my lunch break, I'd walk over to the post office and drop, 30 different VHS tapes in the mail. But the recurring revenue online was the game changer. It worked so well. Other strength coaches were saying, well, Ryan, can you teach me how to do it? Can you teach me how to build an online business and market my strength and conditioning business and fitness business? Absolutely. So I launched another membership site, another continuity program, and it was called Personal Trainer University. And it was all about how to build your business. This was really early in the game. This was before podcasts, and it was essentially interviews. There was a lot of worksheets. There was a lot of templates, which is funny because that's actually come full circle now. I'll talk about that in a few minutes. But this was my second membership site. So like I had this first recurring revenue and then the second one stacked on top of it. And this, I believe, was $10 a month or $20 a month. It was some, I think the price had gone up, but I think it started at like 10 a month. And I had thousands of members, and it was amazing. It between these two memberships, it helped me leave my job as a gym teacher. And it's been, a few decades since I've been back. So, because it was able to give me that stability. And just a little side note, if you want to do this stuff as like a side hustle, or now that we're in the 40s and 50s and you're looking to do something and you have a full-time job, don't leave your job unless you have financial stability. Like if you have a lot of money in the bank and cool. But otherwise, if you need this, give yourself 6 months of like consistent income. That's more than your full-time job. That's what I did. That was my goal. If I could have this recurring revenue 6 months be more than my full-time income as a gym teacher, then I left, and then I did. So I was getting a taste of this recurring revenue. Then I started doing it more in general population. So I did one where I did a 4-minute workout. I was pretty much the first guy to take this idea. What it's known now as Tabata, but back then it was really, really new. It was this guy was doing these 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. And I took it for strength and conditioning, for training, for fitness. And I turned this into a $20 a month membership site and DVDs. So that was like a whole membership brand. And then I kept building more recurring revenue. I built something called Workout Pass, where you basically got access to all of these different workouts every month. And it was mostly for fitness pros, and they would workouts for baseball players and football players, lacrosse players, and stability ball workouts and medicine ball workouts. And that was a big hit as well. And what happened was, before I get to this part, things started to get overwhelming. And I was launching so many things, and I didn't have good systems in place. And then I had a supplement company with a lot of recurring revenue. And I don't want to get too deep into it, but one of my businesses crashed. My supplement company crashed. Everything kind of came falling down. My health failed. It was brutal. I got stabbed in the back by a former mentee. It cost me $100 million. Fun times. I'll get into that another day. The point is, I'm like, let me get back to simplicity. And then I created a book and a newsletter. I shifted it and I went back to simple. Like just strip down all the noise, strip down trying to have a membership site with more content, because we're at the point now you can't out content the competition. Like when I first started, late 90s, there were not thousands and thousands of people teaching strength and conditioning online or fitness or training for sport. Now there are. But so back then you could feed people from a fire hose. They'd want more information and pay for it. Now it's the opposite. Now it's more about curation. It's getting to let me go through all that stuff for you and just give you some of the good stuff, right? And that's what this was with this newsletter, this recurring revenue report. It's all about recurring revenue, all the recurring revenue I've been building for decades, and I taught it. And you could see here at the peak, I had 2,778 members come in at $97 a month for a newsletter. I blew it. I blew it because it was like about 270,000 a month, 269,000 to be exact. And I got distracted again. Bright shiny objects started coming back. I got away from the simplicity. I started building complex things again, and I took my eye off the ball. And that's a lot of the lessons I teach now. That I sold my nutrition company. I'm kind of back and dipping my toe back in and teaching business and marketing and all the stuff I've learned over the decades is that keeping it simple and staying focused on that thing is so important, and not trying to like outdo everyone and out content, but making it as simple as possible when it comes to recurring revenue. So what it's looking like right now, I'm still kind of in beta. As of this recording, I just did this. It's like 3 weeks ago. I just opened it up, and here's what the page looks like. This is my entire sales page. That's it. It is me, my big dumb face. The video's like 5 minutes. See, it's not a 1 hour quote unquote VSL or video sales letter. There's no script. There's no flashy animations. There's no fake countdown clock. It was just me hitting record just exactly in the same space. The only thing different is there was a David Bowie record. Now I've got a little Human League record back here. I'm in a little new wave phase right now, but that's the only difference, right? And it was just me explaining, here's the program. Let me show you. That's it. Like, here's the program. Here's what it is. Here's what it does. You want in. And then if you're in, you click this link. And then you come to the checkout. But that's it. That's my 1-page recurring revenue. That is it. Am I going to test some other things? Yes. So right now it's still beta, but it's working. And it's already bringing in thousands and thousands of dollars a month in a really short amount of time. And all I'm doing is offering this on the back of emails. So here was an email I sent just today, just an hour ago, 1 hour ago. It's already brought in a lot of members. And I was just talking about YouTube and the video thing I did, which led into the membership. That was it. This was just, it's like, and all I did was sell on the PS. By the way, this is what I'm talking about. And this is, if you're interested in this, check this out. You click on the link and you come here. This is exactly what I did when I sold subscriptions in my nutrition company. I would say it would be a story maybe about something else. And then at the PS, if this is, and the PS would always relate, the call to action, the CTA would always relate to the story somehow, some way. PS, if you want to try the greens as a subscription, you'll save X amount. Grab it here. 1 page, checkout, done. We tend to over bake things, and depending how far you are into this crazy world of marketing, you might have discovered this phrase called funnels. And everyone talks about, oh, funnels. You got to have this advanced funnel and all this tracking. For recurring revenue, you really don't. It comes down to having a really good offer and building trust and letting people know that, like, if I'm here for you, like, I think this is a really, really good value. And the reason I mean, I priced it at a price that truly is a no-brainer. Depending when you're going to see this, the price will go up. Right now, it's $14.95, and they get 3 different programs, 3 different memberships. The one-person playbook, where it's every couple weeks, it's audio coaching by me, but the bigger ones are list building hooks, where people get actual done for you hooks to build social media, so you don't have to think about it. And all of my like my best emails every month broken down step by step and put into a template so you can model it. But here are 4 words that really help. If you could, I don't know if you can see this. Let me blow this up a little bit here. So, and you see imagery, and I'm going to get into this in detail down the road. The fact that you're getting like 3 different programs for the price of one, but you see what it says here? Self-cancel anytime. A big reason people don't join a recurring revenue program is because they're scared, right? And you might be thinking, well, what are they scared of me? Like, I'm never going to rip them off. I'm honest. But I'm sure you've been in programs where you can't cancel your own program. And then, like, you have to contact support. They don't get back to you till after the next billing. I had a software before this where you couldn't self-cancel, and it was a nightmare because someone would email and it would go into spam and we didn't see it. And they, 24 hours later, they get billed. But you scammers. We're like, I didn't even see it. And we're not checking email every 5 seconds. But giving people the ability to self-cancel and letting them know is a biggie. So saying you can self-cancel anytime, no worries, come in. If you don't like it, you leave, no harm, no foul. But the concept of just having one simple page like this, it's like a game changer. So you've developed but it all fits into that go type bank system. This is the bank, this is the monetization, and it happens after you have the trust and you're emailing them, and then you're giving them a no-brainer. Like, the no-brainer is the thing. It has to be something that really is going to be of value to them. And if it's fitness or health or personal development, it's not, no one wakes up in the morning saying, gee, you know what? Um, I'm a 59-year-old woman. I have 2 grown kids. What I really want are 7 2-hour webinars every week on the science of weight loss. Unless they're really, really into that stuff, a majority of the general population, that's not what they want. What do they want? Just give me the damn workouts, or give me the recipes. What do I eat? Give me a shopping list. You want to teach people how to, 7 hours of webinars on how to get traffic with Facebook ads. Just show me the ads. Give me templates. So we got to get out of this idea of, like, just trying to flood people with all that stuff and get inside their mindset. And remember, people are busy and they want it. Like, just give me this stuff simply. Just give it to me. If you're interested in this and you want to go even deeper, here's what I suggest you do. Just write repeatable below. I'll send you some info. We'll talk more. But it's not, don't worry. I don't do coaching. I'm not doing like $20,000 coaching things, but I do have programs that I've created about creating recurring revenue that I do open and close throughout the year. So if you want to get on that list, just write repeatable below. I'll give you a link and you get on and we'll jam. But otherwise, for you, the big takeaway right now is thinking about what could be a recurring revenue continuity program that my people would just flip over, that they'd love, that was like, this is the thing that if I were them, it's what I would want. Then start building some stuff. Again, GTB, right? This is the bank, this is the monetization, and then forget trying to hire people to create complex pages. One page. One I am running this now since I sold my last company. I have no full-time employees. I haven't had a full-time employee in 2 years now, and you could absolutely do this yourself, 100%. I use Kajabi for just to run everything. There's a link below for a free 30-day trial. Kajabi runs my entire business, all my email, my courses, my membership, self-cancel, all that. But if you don't wanna use that, find one that works for you. But make sure it's something that you can update yourself, that you don't always have to have it go to tech people and waste time and money and effort. You can absolutely do this yourself. You don't have to be a tech wizard. And as always, if you're enjoying this, if you want me to keep going deeper in this stuff, just hit like, just hit subscribe, write repeatable below. I'll get you some stuff. But like and subscribe because you know what's happening? I got another video coming up. I don't know which way the video's coming, but it's coming, and I cannot wait to see you building your business. I'll see you on the next one.